This look gives the car a very low drag coefficient at a mere 0.195. The best in class with highly aerodynamic design, with 8 air vents and 17 authentic aerodynamic vents. Last time we released 3 colors. People love it. And now let's look at them again. Aqua blue, verdant green, and mineral gray. Mineral gray is very premium color and popular with so many people. A few days ago, our stores are open, and many say that the cars look better in person because the shape is so slinky and it doesn't look as good on picture. So I invite you to look at it, take a look in store. And today, we'll release 6 more colors.
Been waiting for an open door, and in the end I swore I saved you. Holding up your head, I'll give my everything. Stay true, stay true. Higher, and I'll let you know. Higher.
好看吗？这6种颜色。
Aren't they pretty? These 6 colors. So we release 9 colors. They look great together. And let's have a look. These 9 colors are divided into 4 color series. The first is sports car color series. Second, stylish color series, premium color series, and classic color series. We cater to different tastes of all customers. The color of a car is so important, and let me go through them one by one. The first is meteor blue. And people call it cream blue online. It's a very soft, shallow blue, refreshing, relaxing, and healing color. Let's look at it from different angles. Looks quite good, right? Next, radiant purple. Purple is the color of romance and mystery. With a special formula metallic, it gives extra sparkle under the sun. It's stunning. And how to present it? Not long ago, my alma mater, Wuhan University's sakura season arrived. And some suggest, how about we do a photo shooting at Wuhan University? This is the result. It's so pretty. And on the day of the shooting, some passerbys saw a car and they took some photos, and it sparked a discussion online. So this color was designed for female customers. But I heard that many male customers are also very fond of it. And I would also like to recommend another color to you, bath salt gray. Low-key, great texture, very upscale. Let's look at it from different angle. A very low profile color. And we have a very bold color for you called lava orange. A highly saturated color, enthusiastic, energetic, very pretty. Because our logo is orange, so we offer all kinds of orange.
大家再来看一下各个角度啊，
Let's look at it from different angles.
照片怎么样的显示比较
And the
真切的
picture
好看
does not do it justice.
大家有机会
So, if you have the opportunity, please take a
像
look
这么大的
in
一个
person
颜色呢，要
in the
足够
exhibition hall.
才能驾驭
You have to be cool enough to drive such a color.
下面一款颜色呢叫
The next one is
珍珠白，
pearl
它
white.
不是普通的白，
It's not the ordinary white. We added pearl powder that creates dimension and
很耐
depth.
看，非常非常经典的颜色。
It's very comfy and very easy on the
还有
eye.
一款呢叫钻石黑，
Next,
也不是普通的黑，
diamond
它在
black.
经典的
It's not the
颜色
usual
里头
black. We also
灰里
added
呢透
a
着一些
metallic.
深蓝色，
So it's a mixture of black and deep blue, a very classy color. And that's why it's really a hard choice.
估计也不会错啊。
And but white and black are always safe
好，我们再
choices.
来看一下多个角度啊。
I like to show you different
好，
angles.
这就是我们为大家精心设计的四大设计。
So these
9款
are
颜
the
色
4 color
每一款
series
颜色
and
都有
9
独
colors,
特啊
with each
5位
color
独特
being
其中呢
unique
有5款
and distinctive. And 5 of them are metallic.
谈到这里的话呢，很多人特别特别喜欢海湾
Speaking of
蓝，
this,
特别特别高
many
兴。
people love
像海
aqua
湾
blue.
蓝这样的
I'm very
高
happy to
档的
hear
颜
that
色这么受欢
because
迎，这是远超我的预期。
this
像
is
这
way
样高
beyond
档
my
的颜色在
expectation.
家用车是很少
Usually,
见的。
it's very rare for a passenger
因为
or
只有这
vehicle
样
to
的颜
use
色
such
地
a
方
highly
在
saturated
车上
color. It's usually
因为
reserved
像
for
这种高
a
饱和的
million-dollar
颜色
luxury
要在
car
户外暴晒
because
期间
to make these
它的
color
制作成本
long-lasting and fade
成本
resilient
极为昂贵。
for 20 years,
以前呢只有豪车
it
才
sets
能
very
做
high requirements
这一
for
次
the
呢，我们希望
process,
能把
and
百
it's
万
very
豪车的这
expensive.
些好的颜
And
色
that's why
哎，全部
it's
下
usually
放到
preserved
像
for
小米苏
race
系列的车
cars.
也能用，
And
让大家体会一下更漂亮
we
的
have
色
made
彩。
great efforts
我们在开
to
发每
bring
一
it
种
to
车型
SU7.
都下了很大的功夫。
We spend so much time and energy on
每一款颜色
developing
我们都花
each
了16
paint.
个月，都花了不少的
It
研发成
takes
本。
a
将来
dozen
有机会
months,
给大家介绍我们整个
lots
设
of
计
money
研
to
发过程。
develop the paint. And I would like to tell you the whole
我们
development
还设计
process,
了4款内
but
饰
that's a
颜色
story for another
有
time. So
光红、
we also have 4 colors for the
和
interior:
料石黑。
the Galaxy Gray, Sunset Red,
所以呢，
Mist
我们的
Purple,
内饰呢
Obsidian
有4
Black.
种，外饰呢有9种。
So 4
可能
colors
大
for
家在搭
interior,
配的时候呢，
9
可以
colors
稍微
for
选一下
exterior.
稍微选一
So
下。
you can pick and choose
好，我们
for
再
your,
来看
to
一
your
下
own
新
liking.
的设计细节。
And
我
let's
们
look
很
at
多
the
的设计
design
工作呢，
details
大
of
家都特别特别喜
SU7.
欢。
After we
像
released
水滴
the
大灯，
designs last time,
像我们的光
people
环
are
尾
very
灯，
fond of
像
the
我们的
water
电
drop
动尾翼，
headlights, halo
像
tail
我们的
lights,
连衣
active
曲面，
rear spoiler, flowing
半
curve,
隐藏式的门把
hidden
手。
door handle.
其实我今天想特别再介
Today,
绍一下
I'd like to
水滴大
tell
灯。
you more about of our water
今天
drop
的新能源
headlights.
汽车啊，大家
EV
基本上
today
都设计成条状灯、
usually
分
use
体式大灯
split
或者
headlights,
眯眼，
ultra
进行
narrow
高度
headlights,
的同质化，
all cookie
非常
cutter
的威
designs.
壮烈。那么我们当年在设计时候考虑的时候
And
呢，
when
我
we
们就
design
希望，
SU7,
哎，我们能不能做的比较独特？
we want
今
a
天回来
unique
看，
look.
像这个水滴大灯，
The
它
water
的造
drop
型和人
headlights
的车身融为一个整体，
has
非
a
常的
very
耐看。
slinky
这是
shape.
我们当
It
时当
blends
年
in
就放弃了
perfectly.
做条状灯的
So
路线。
3 years ago, we
而
gave
且呢，
up
在我
on
们
the
的灯
split
里面呢，
headlights
还有一个
plan.
理智型，
And
我们内部当时也叫理智灯。
the
那么
light
这款灯不
actually
仅好看，它的功能也特别
looks
强。
just
它的
like
远
our
光灯照
logo.
射的距离可达400
And it
接
shines
近
a
14个
powerful
篮球
beam
场。
far and wide across roads. It shines 400 meters ahead. That's 14 basketball courts add together. Its low beam shines very wide angle, 160 degree.
既能照得远，也
So
能照得宽。
it actually
而且
shines
我们标
both
配
far
了 ADB
and wide.
40亿远
We
光
also have
全系标配。
ADB adaptive
这个远光
headlights,
灯能自动
so
可以让
we
对
can
面的来车或者
automatically
是
switch between high beam
防
and
止
low
晃
beam
晃眼。
without
这个功能呢也特
blinding
别特别
the
受
other
用。
drivers.
在
So it's
晚
a
上开车
very
的时候特别
useful function for evening driving.
关于轮毂和轮胎，
And
这是我
about
坐车以后
wheels
才发
and
现的这两点
tires,
是非常的重要。
I
轮
realized the
毂的大
importance
小
of
和设
them
计呢，就是造成
after
衣
I
服
entered the
门
EV
间呢
market.
更是直接决定了
The The wheel size and design is a part of a look. The tire determines the performance range of a car. So how can we provide the best tires and wheels? So we have different sizes. It starts with 19-inch wheel, 19, 20, and 21.
And we also have the low drag wheel and 3 types of sports wheel. And we have a wheel which looks like a 7. And also we have the different types of the wheels, the multi-spoke sports wheel and plum blossom wheels. Also, we have developed 4 types of tires. For example, they are all from the international brands. For example, we have the 19-inch Michelin low rolling resistance tires, and it costs about 5,000 to 6,000 even in Denmark. We also have the 19-inch Bridgestone Comfort tire. We also have the 20-inch Michelin Quiet tire. The tire noise is much smaller. Also, we have especially prepared for the people who pursue the performance. We have prepared for them the P0 tire from Pirelli to achieve the utmost performance. In order to make it more sporty, we also provide the narrow front, wide rear design. The rear is wider. The aim is to enhance the grip of the rear wheels to enhance the best dynamic performance. So we have exerted huge efforts in such kind of details. Next, I want to introduce the interior design. We have the wraparound cockpit. It's simple and classy, and the passenger space is very comfortable. In the video, I said that I am 1.81 meters, and everything that I'm bragging, and actually I'm not. And some people even got some pictures of me and Li Bing, and he looks taller than me. But I want to emphasize that I'm actually 1.81. So when we design the car, we use the 1.88 meters of dummy for the design. You will not feel depressed in the front or rear seats. When we designed the vehicle, we designed the integrated sport-style seats, and we also adopted the high-density memory foam to ensure the comfort for short-range driving, and also you will not feel tired for the long-range driving. Also, we use the Napa full grain Napa leather. It's very soft, it's very comfortable, and it's skin friendly. It is certified. It's also safe for the babies. They are very good materials. We are equipped with very good sound system. We have 25 speakers, sound system, and support the Dolby Atmos, and also we have equipped the headrest speakers for all the models. So when you listen to the music, you will hear the navigation from the headrest speaker, and it will not disturb the other passengers in the vehicle. This is a very sweet design. We have a very big trunk, which is big enough for a whole set of camping equipment. We also have a very big front trunk. This size of front trunk, only the most advanced dedicated BEV platform can achieve that. It can contain 105 liters of things. So what can it be used for? For example, you can put your takeaway food there, and you can also put your fishing gear in the front trunk. It is very practical. Apart from that, we have 32 storage spaces in the whole vehicle. It's very exaggerated, right? I used to joke with them that the SU7 is a monster of storage. In the interest of time, I will just give you a few examples. We have lots of storage spaces. For example, when we reviewed the picture, some people asked, what are the 2 rivets on the IB platform for? Is that just for good looking? Actually not. That is a dedicated standard M6 screw size, 1 on each side. And also there's another one under the rear view mirror. There is also a charging space under the rear view mirror. It is for the phone mount here. You can also install a GoPro here. So the media professionals, if you are interested in the SU7, actually we have a very good design for you. And actually, lots of car makers do not consider the phone mounts. I tested lots of phone holders, and they are not very good. So I tested for lots of times, and I said to myself that we need to make very good phone mount. We also have 2 phone storage spaces at the central console, supporting 50 watts of wireless fast charging, and also we have a phone storage at the door of the front seat, passenger seat, so you will not forget your phone when you get off the vehicle. Also, at the central console, we have 2 large cup holders. It's good enough for 2 large cups of coffee. Then we have, under the central console, there is a storage space for the flashlight. Here, we have 2 hidden hooks. You can hang a plastic bag or your takeaway food. This flashlight is very practical. It's also a product from our company. I want to briefly introduce the flashlight. It is a glare flashlight. It goes very far. Also, it can also be a seatbelt cutter and a window breaker. Also, it is a power bank. So if you have that in your car, it would be very practical. Under the armrest box, there is a 4.6-liter space. It's within the reach of the passengers, both at the front and the rear seats. When we talk about the smart refrigerator, actually, I had a car with refrigerator. I used that once, and I just abandoned that. Because if you put 1 Coke inside, then when you make a turn, it wobbles. It's very annoying. So when we designed the smart refrigerator, we has especially designed this anti-roll mat. No matter you put 1 can or 3 cans of Coke, it won't wobble. Also, I want to especially introduce this super extra large glove box. We have some engineer users who would like to take the laptop on the vehicle, and it's unsafe to put it in a car when you leave the car, and it's very troublesome to put it in the trunk. So we have this glove box. You can put the laptop here. That is very convenient. We also have lots of storage spaces. I will not go into the details. I think when we design a product, we do not design just for beauty or appearance. We also design for experience. I want to give you an example. We designed this panoramic glass roof. It's very spacious. It looks very transparent. It's good looking. And the glass area is up to 5.35 square meters. I want to make it very spacious. And then when we talk with the potential users, a female Tesla driver said, well, it feels like an oven when you sit inside such kind of car. Wouldn't it hot in summer? Well, then we take this as a main pain point. How do we address that? The first thing we do is to make a double-layer silver plating for the panoramic glass roof with 99.9% of UV isolation, 99.1% of infrared isolation. And then we find another serious point is the front windshield. It's even much hotter. And many female drivers will wear the sunblock sleeves because it's pretty hot for the front windshield. So we use the 3-layer silver plating to isolate the 99.5% of the UV and 97.6% of infrared. This is the only car using 3 layers of silver plating. Also, we use the UV-IR coating for the windows of the 4 doors with the UV isolation reaching 99.9%. If we translate that into the sun cream, that is equivalent to SPF 100+ or PA 4+. So that is highly sun-proof. At the rear seats, we also designed the privacy glass. You do not need to do further paintwork. Then how good is that in terms of the sunblock? We made a test. We left the car in 38-degree sunshine for 90 minutes. It's a very common weather during the summertime in Beijing and not to say the southern city of China. So we make a comparison with Model 3. Model 3 is like a global benchmark. It's outstanding, so we compare with Model 3. Can you imagine that after the test, we are 12-degree cooler than Model 3. So you can also take a temperature gun with you to test. I was also amazed at that time. Within 1.5 hours, the temperature becomes very hot. And I think SU7 is not only good looking, it is sunproof. And we also have a separate ultra-thin panoramic glass roof sun blaze, and we also have the sunshade for the front windshield. Do you think this is good enough? And some people may say that is not. So we have designed this ultra-thin sun blinds. Apart from that, we made the sunshade for the front windshield. They are of high quality and they are very easy to store. Then that is like an all-round protection. Pretty soon we will enter summer. Many places in China are very hot, and people will bring sun umbrella. After 1 or 2 months in my hometown, we will enter the plum rain season, so there will be lots of rains. I do not like the umbrella and water when we put that into the vehicles. So we have designed the umbrella storages at the front doors. It's very convenient. Also, we have the umbrella storages at the rear seats. So we have solved the sunproof, we have solved the umbrella thing. This is the interior and exterior design of the Xiaomi SU7. We made a lot of efforts, and we are very delighted last year to have Mr. Chris Bangle to be our design consultant. He is the top 10 auto designer in the world, and he is the former vice president of design BMW. I believe that having him as our design consultant, he will help us to move Xiaomi Auto to the next level. I would like to welcome Mr. Chris Bangle to the stage.
Hi.
Thanks, Mr. Lei.
Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, guys. Wow. Hi. My name is Chris Bangle, and I'm super excited to be here at the very first Xiaomi EV launch event. Thank you very much for having me. This is really, really cool. Isn't that a great car? Isn't that a beautiful car? I mean, that was my first impression of when I saw the Xiaomi SU7 was, damn, what a great car. You know, of all the products, I really like cars the best because I believe cars are more than just a tool to get you from A to B, to move you. Cars they're avatars of yourself. They represent who you are. And when I saw this Xiaomi SU7, that was my immediate thought. Here is a car that a lot of people are going to identify with and say it's a wonderful expression of themselves. Beautiful. Now, it's not what I expected from Xiaomi because they're known for a design language which is very, very reserved and not emotional like this car. I've been to Xiaomi stores, and I really like their products. They have a really calm, minimalist vibe. But cars need to express movement, energy, and the SU7, with these well-defined curves and sculpted forms, this enters this whole new expression of boldness. And this entry into sportiness, wow, that's fantastic. But still, it's packaged for a family and everyday use. I was really excited because it was so different from what I expected from Xiaomi and very impressive for their very first crack at a car. Well done. I had a lot of fun driving the SU7. And what impressed me was how powerful it was. The way it accelerated, wow, made me immediately call it, this is a rocket horse. That was actually my expression, rocket horse. You know, horses are very powerful and very intelligent animals. And this car felt like that, but kind of to power of 10. Rocket horse. You know, my wife likes horses. This car would be a great car to have back in Europe. Oh, well, try. I think the recent, I think the recent European debut impressed many people that the Xiaomi SU7 is a wonderful example of the Chinese EV industry. It's a complete and visually stunning car. And I'm also confident that this marks an excellent beginning for the Xiaomi EV group. And I look forward to seeing them continue to push the boundaries and create future-ready masterpieces as they go forward. Congratulations. Congratulations, team. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. 一款车呢，
For a car, we do not just want it to be good looking, but also we want it to be drivable. I want to design a very drivable car. A drivable car means that when you drive it, it's a kind of enjoyment. Every time you step on the gas, every time you make a turn, every time you step on the brake, you can feel a strong sense of control. And the car can read your mind and take you to anywhere you want.
一台好开的
For a good car, performance is the foundation. The Xiaomi SU7 has class-defining speed.
它有多快呢？
How fast is that?
0-100加速2.78
We have 2.78 seconds of 0 to 100 km per hour acceleration. It's comparable to middle-level luxury cars.
高车速也达
And the
到了
max
惊人的
speed is up to 265 kilometers per
还有
hour.
强大的
That is amazing. Also, we
0到200
can also have the very good speed from 0 to 200, 60 to 80, 80 to 120, and 120 to 160, and even 0 to 400 straight dash. On every dimension, it has very strong performance. So for every dimension, we target ourselves at the Taycan. When we watch the videos of our cars, we feel very passionate. Wow.
这个性能特别特别的夸张。
This is very exaggerated performance that also that to the dual motor And also the AWD, we have 673 horsepower and 338 Newton meters of peak torque, and it is comparable to the 4.0 turbocharging V8 sports car. It owes that to the Xiaomi Hypermotor 21,000 RPM. So it is outstanding performance. Also here, I want to say that even under minus 15 degree, the performance output is also very robust. We know that the electric vehicles is highly influenced by the temperature. For example, Model 3 performance, the 0 to 100 acceleration is reduced, but for us, we maintained a very good 0 to 100 acceleration. That also that to the low temperature, high power battery. So in the winter time, the performance is not compromised. Apart from the performance, we also have very good driver's experience. We have dedicated design for the drivers. For example, the steering wheel, the seats, the dashboards, and the UHD are all central axle asymmetric. And also we have very good grip for the steering wheel. We have 2 physical buttons.
One button to start autopilot and another button to start a boost model. So it's very easy to drive, and to make it easier to drive easily. So many of the buttons, we still keep the physical buttons. In addition, we provide the 7.1-inch rotating display. So when it rotates, you feel a feeling of ceremony. And in this car, what I think I did really well is a super big 56-inch HUD. Why I want to emphasize on HUD? Because several of my cars have HUD. If it's not adjusted well, it can be very annoying. Sometimes I had to turn off the HUD. Sometimes I even feel it is such an unnecessary function. That's why we have made a lot of efforts to adjust and tune HUD to make sure the display and screen is very clear. That's why we provided 56-inch HUD. Last time when I was driving from Shanghai to Beijing, the first experience I got was it's a really big HUD. What we did is we have a 7.7-meter focus distance, and it is able to adjust the brightness and the intensity of lights. The comparison is 1,500 to 1 contrast ratio, and the brightness is 13,000 nits. The driving sensation is very well, and even on the driver's seat, we have the proactive seat bolster. It means that when you're making a turn, it's able to inflate proactively to give you a good support. It's only a configuration comes with a luxury car. But with this, you can feel that it has a very good support. And apart from all the good configurations, we have made a lot of efforts on the driving sensations. Today, the mechanical part of our vehicles is already mature. But with the sense of awe, we started to build a team of experts and focusing on underlying core technology. We built modular architecture. In our smart chassis, we are leading the industry, and all of the suppliers in the smart chassis are well-known suppliers in the industry. All of them are very well-known. As well as the control algorithms of the smart chassis combine smart with driving in seamlessly. And how well do our chassis perform? We have invited our media friends to do a test drive. Their comment is, it is very easy to drive. The chassis tuning is excellent, and they say there must be some gurus in Xiaomi. Now let's check out the test drive videos of our media friends.
体验超出了我的预期，动态驾驶感受可以说相当棒，比你想中要更好开。
像开一台性能车，
确实不像是一个新品牌的第一款车。
驾驶性、基础性的一些调教做的是非常的完善和成熟的，尤其是比如说我们的动力的曲线。
Sport 加的这个模式跟它的舒适模式，性格反转是差别非常大的。
在运动调教的基础之上，还会有一个非常有韧性的这种感觉。
整车车的方向盘和踏板的操作其实非常的精准，而且带给驾驶者极强的这种操控的信心感。
整个底盘的反馈，包括方向的反馈，以及整个座椅的这种配合，会觉得跟我整个的这种驾驶的意图是非常非常相符的。
整体的一个转向以及它的一个静谧性，我觉得它真的是一台开起来质感非常非常高级的一台车。
有一些部分甚至可以说是目前行业里面绝无仅有的。
操控、舒适、智能，比较符合年轻人开车的性格。
这个脚感转向配合这个小声浪，哎呀，给你的感觉还是非常棒。
底盘对于俯仰和侧倾的抑制都非常的到位，
操控性非常的好，视野也非常通透，
动力真的是非常的厉害，
没有任何突兀感，很舒服，
安全度非常高，
非常聪明，
非常惊险，
好看，
沉稳，优秀，老道。
And another comment from them is they say the driving sensation is very well. And what are the high quality part? First is they say it's very highly responsive, means it responds quickly to one step. So even for the base model, even in normal city roads, just one simple step on the pedal, you feel the responsive steering experience. We know that Model 3 has a really good responsive experience, but we also provide a very good responsive experience. And second is precise steering. Especially when you change lanes at medium to high speeds, it responds to you lane changing and steering very quickly. And third, in terms of tuning, when they are providing you with the road information. Actually, a really good car, it retains the feel of the road while just getting rid of the bumpiness. The orange line curve shows the bumpiness of the road, and the green one shows how people feel. So that's why we say that you feel it's a very smooth driving experience. In addition, in that split second before when you brake it, there is a smooth touch to how the brakes are applied. So the braking is also smooth. The tuning radius is only 5.7 meters, and for this full-size high-performance sedan, it is very flexible for such a size of a sedan. So you can check it out yourself during the test drive. In addition, it's also very fun to drive around. Let's check out the other functions. First, we have the launch control. It's able to provide you with a very good sensation. It's a very good feeling. Second, there is a booster mode. It delivers the maximum power output within 20 seconds. In addition, we also provided the sports sound system. So it is also giving you a very sporty car feelings and sensations when you drive. We created a sound synthesis of 110 tracks. At start, I thought it was easy, but then turns out to be difficult. Let's hear it. So it gives a very sporty feeling. In addition, we also have some self-defined driving mode. It is able to simulate the other driving modes of classic cars, and you can easily set it to drifting mode. And what is a drifting mode? That is when you turn off the traction control, turn off the vehicle stabilization system, and all power output is transferred to the rear wheels. Now you have a rear wheel drive with great horsepower. Now let's check the video of drifting. Isn't this awesome? I actually have learned drifting myself. Next time I can show you my drifting skill. But I'm not that good yet, so don't laugh at me. So if I say SU7 is a very drivable car, it doesn't really do its justice. So you should check it out and do a testy drive yourself. Next thing, for a EV, the range is a very important topic for the electric cars. And for all models, we have a long range. Just as I've mentioned in Weibo yesterday, we start at 700 kilometers. Even this is in the CLTC mode. We have 700 kilometers. We know that the range of EV vary in various factors. For example, the temperature. Second is if it's on the highway, because the speed has a lot to do with the range. And third is also about your driving habits. If you hit on the pedal more quickly and aggressively, it also reduces the range. That's why we say if you hit the brakes more smoothly, it saves the range. But our range guarantees that you only need to charge one time for 1 week for commute. And recently, we did a test in Guangzhou. So this is our base model, and we have the 700 kilometers, and this is what people call the entry level. And we do it on the highway 120 kilometers. The average speed is around 97 kilometers. But because sometimes there's a traffic jam, but it's capped at 110 or 120. And in this speed, it starts at the final result is 495, but it guarantees at least 4 to 5 hours on the highway. So last year, at the end of last year, our range was 668, but now it changed to 700 kilometers. Maybe people will wonder why the change. But just 3 months, we have a big jump. We've noticed that people have a really strong desire for long range. That's why we have equipped Michelin low drag hubs wheel, and we have updated our advertisement. So in this way, you are able to have the Michelin wheel hub and have the 700 range. This is the work we do. I believe that so in the future, if there are anything you feel we can do better, please let us know. How do we compare this base model with Model 3? We have our range increased by 133 kilometers. So for some car factories, even it's just increased by 100 kilometers range, the price will jump significantly. But we have we also increased drastically as well, and also the voltage. So this is what people are really curious about. But when we talk about price, we also have to talk about the configurations, right? Otherwise, it's meaningless. Sometimes if the cars are cheap, but they only have 400 range, but we start at 700 range. That's why I have to emphasize range is the most expensive configuration for the EV. Because even 1 voltage or even 1 kilometer, it means a big difference in the price. But luckily, we didn't start at that era. We didn't have to buy coal or core in South Africa. But recently, of course, the price in batteries has dropped a little bit, but it still accounts for 30 to 35% of the total cost. So out of all the voltage we have, 1 voltage means a big difference in the cost. And that's why if you want to have a good range, you either have to invest the big money, burn the money, or you have to invest in the technology. So we invested in technology as well as in the money. So first, we have to have a very low drag coefficient. And we have the whole body silicon carbonate lightweight. And we have really excellent heat management. We also have low drag hubs wheel. So we have done excellent work in each of it. But I have done test drive many times myself. I think there are still lots of ways to be improved and updated. Range is really important for the EV. Of course, I know there will still be factors to be improved and to be updated. But I believe range really represents the core technology of the EV. This is our high-end model. We know that a good performance means a big drain on the battery. So for this model, our range is 810 kilometers. So in the four-wheel cars and all the high-performance four-wheel cars, the performance is leading the industry. So I got to say leading the industry. So for the 0 to 100 acceleration on under 3 seconds and the range over 800 meters, Xiaomi SU7 is the only one. Apart from the long range, we also have fast charging. And how do we do in fast charging? We have across the whole models, silicon carbonate. We have the compressor and the charger. All of them are silicon carbonate. And we have the 800 voltage high power platform. Here I have to emphasize that sometimes when it's over 550, people say it's 800, but we really go over 800. We reached 871 voltage. But here we continued to do technological improving. The whole charging is optimized charging technology, and it's able to further improve the charging time. So in 15 minutes, we are able to charge 510 kilometers. So just in 15 minutes is enough to last you for 500 kilometers. And for our base model, we use 486 voltage and 400 voltage platform. For this model, it's able to charge 350 kilometers in 15 minutes. If we compare with Model 3, we are 100 kilometers more. In all the technological factors, we reached the best. Now, talking about charging stations, we know that 95% of them are public charging stations. So the first thing we want to do is that it has to be compatible. It has to have a high compatibility. So for this, it's actually more problematic than you imagine. And in order to do a good job, we have done it in over 300 cities, and we tested 148 different companies and tested 2,000 stations. In total, we tested 70,000 times of the charging stations. We also help the charging station to solve more than 500 problems. And while we were doing this, we have we improved the overall charging experience for the industry. For example, for this most common public charging station, our voltage is much higher than Model 3. And this is a authoritative certification body reviews, and it shows that the compatibility is more than 99%. And some of the competitors may be less than 90%. It means every 10 times you charge, there will be one time that is not compatible. So we are the most compatible one in the market. Of course, we also prepared home charging stations that are 11 kilowatt kW. We also have prepared Xiaomi home power exchange adapter. It supports 2.8 kilowatt and as well as to discharge the power. And what's used for the discharge? So, for example, when you go camping, your car is able to provide power.
Now we're building our supercharging station with 600 kilowatts of liquid charging solution. Now we're rolling out in Beijing, Shanghai, and Hangzhou. As we start shipping, we're stepping up on our charging network. And I've talked about the best looking, the easiest to drive. But the best about SU7 is a smart ecosystem. Speaking of smart cars, my understanding is that car, smart, and EV, in the last 3 years, the highest barriers is in the EV. But the next decade, the biggest problem is about how to be smart. And I cannot stress more. The future competition lies in smartness, which is our strong suit. With 14 years experience in smartphones, we will apply the experience and expertise we accumulated on our EV, and our car EV smart ecosystem will seamlessly connect all devices in the ecosystem. And smartness is the soul of our EV, and I would like to talk about it in 4 aspects. First, smart driving. In the last launch event, I talked about the algorithm and Xiaomi autopilot. Today, we want to tell you about our investment on our autopilot. We're very committed. So our team now is about 1,000 people, and by the end of the year, we will exceed 1,500. And by the end of this year, we will enter the first tier of car makers. We have 2 models, the Xiaomi Pilot Pro and Xiaomi Pilot Max. And Pro is purely visual solution, while Max is vision plus LiDAR, while Tesla uses pure visual solution. But in China, because of the lag, we actually have to do 2 solutions in parallel. Maybe in the future, we'll all enter the pure visual solution stage. Here, I want to tell you, we do two solutions. We follow several principles. First, same technology for various configurations. So it is available to across all models, because I don't think any company can actually maintain two solutions. So usually they would do the higher end model themselves and leave the lower model, base model, to OEMs. But OEMs will have a hard time catching up with the latest technology. And there are 6, 7 players in this area. If you are fully committed to smart strategy, this is also the future competition priority. And both models use the All-Ring platform, 11 HD camera, and full-stack self-developed algorithm. In the last 3 years, we have built our in-house testing fleet with a total testing mileage of over 10 million kilometers. And our simulation capability exceeds 250 million kilometers. People set high standard for us. We want to debut a car with the greatest user experience. So we provide autopilots across all models, and the highway NOA will be delivered upon launch. And now the highway NOA has been tested in 300 cities, and it will be available across the country. And we support auto parking, and autopilot is available to all models. And in every city, we tested the auto parking, all kinds of parking slots in the underground parking lot. The completion rate is over 95%. And all models are equipped with mechanical car location technology, even when there's narrow edges. And it's end-to-end sensing, completely different from the previous algorithm, even when parking in challenging scenarios. So we're the only one adopting such a technology in this class. Now our competition is heating up on city NOA. And I'd like to tell you about our progress. And we have invited media friends for our NOA testing. And in April, we'll start the user testing. And in May, we'll roll out in 10 cities. In August, we'll roll out nationwide. Those test drive videos will soon be available. And let's look at our internal road test video. I hope during your test drive, you will give City NOA a try. I would like to briefly talk about the smart cabin. There are 5 screens in total. The central touchscreen, the HUD, and 2 tablets in the back seats. So 5 screens interconnected. Let's look at each of them. There's a 16.1-inch 3K HD screen powered by Snapdragon 9A75. And this is the best car chip in the market. Very smooth operation. And last time I told you about the screen, we selected an ultra-large tablet for it because we want to improve the compatibility with the apps. When you make display screens in all sizes, it actually creates huge challenge to the apps ecosystem. So with 10 years of experience in tablets making, we make it a standardized tablet. So all apps are available on this tablet. Let's show you a small demo. Open the spoiler. What you see is what you get. Just one click, you can open the spoiler. Open the boot, turn on the AC. The whole system's very smooth. And the vehicle OS adopts a flexible framework that uses widgets. You can move around and resize the apps to your liking. Smartphone car interconnectivity is also one of our strong suits. When your phone is brought into the cabin, the console automatically displays an icon. You can open the phone's interface with a single touch. And with one touch, your interface can go full screen. Say you're watching a movie on your phone. With one touch, you can watch it on the big touch screen, enjoy immersive film experience in the car. Your favorite smartphone apps can be pinned to the car's infotainment system for future use. They run just like in-car native apps. So the best about this OS that it really considers the compatibility of software's ecosystem. And there are many other functions I don't have time to tell you about. And next is car-home interconnectivity, how your car interacts with your home. You can get your car ready with a voice. In summer, before you leave your home, you can tell your car to turn on the AC. And we have added voice print recognition to limit the access so that your kids cannot mess around. In your car, through media, you can control your home smart devices. You can remotely control your camera to check your home. When your doorbell rings, you can get a notification. With one click, you can talk to the person and receive your delivery. When you drive into your compound, the home scenario is activated. Your home and car are connected seamlessly. There are many other scenarios. Let's look at rear displays. It's just a Xiaomi tablet. But this is redesigned, repurposed for SU7. The 6S Pro, 3K high-definition screen, empowered by Gen 2 Snapdragon processor. And there's a 3-pin location. And we have also designed a backseat holder set. I would like to tell you about the ecosystem. When the tablet is mounted, it is a part of the vehicle OS. The rear passenger can easily adjust the front seat, can push it forward, and the rear passenger can set navigation destination or add destinations or check live traffic. When listening to music, both screens can sync lyrics, so it's great for karaoke. We have made a karaoke microphone. When you have your kids at the back, from the touch screen, you can select movies, animations for your kids. So we have designed a complete interaction between different screens. Next, Xiaomi voice assistant, one of the earliest voice assistants in China. Now we have a monthly active user over 100 million. It wakes up 200 million times a day, so it has a great fundamental capability. And let's look at how Xiaomi controls the car. First of all, let's see how it rolls down the window. Pretty easy, right? Let's see how it controls the rear view mirror. And adjust HUD. So there are great functions. Another fun function, when you drive past the parking lot toll booths, when everyone's fumbling to find their phone, you can have your QR code ready with a voice. A very useful function. Xiaomi is also good at giving you instruction about the car. If you don't know how to use the launch mode, you can just ask her. She would teach you how to use launch mode. In the cabin, we allow voice interaction from every seat. Even when you sit in the middle of the back seat, Xiaomi can answer you and interact with you accurately. Xiaomi has adopted large language model. We developed our 1.3B language model. And what's the use case? The most often demo is this. And once you buy SU7, you can paint this blue and white porcelain for your car. But why do we need this for driving? You can just do it on your phone. So we believe that the large language model needs to be combined with the multi-modal sensing. It needs to understand the location, direction of the car, and all the cameras need to be connected and to engage in the large language model. And that makes Xiaomi smarter. To give you another example, when you're about to enter a tunnel, you can ask Xiaomi, when you're on a road trip, you can ask about what's the river's name you just drive past. And a more often asked question. Right? That's how we combine the sensing capability and large language model. At the current stage, people are trying to use large language model for more use case to solve real problems. We have prepared a video to tell you Xiaomi's full capability.
这是你认识的小爱。现在来认识一个更懂你的小爱。你的这些细节只有他能懂。后视镜往下10%，HUD 往左一点，座椅调到最后。停下，停下了。甚至跨界的想法，他也能心领神会。我的手机掉哪儿了？ 打开家里的扫地机器人，打开家里的摄像头。小爱同学，我在。打开手机付款码，完成了。搭载 AI 大模型的他，无所不知。有没有离轨迹和望京都很近的川菜馆？为你找到了10家位置合适的川菜馆。介绍一下7方3向。是3方7向。前面的车是什么车？我来看看。甚至他可以像人一样观察。 是橄榄绿的小米苏7， 满足你的所有好奇。
桥有多少年历史了？前面的山是什么山？金庸小说里哪些重要？
这就是全新的小爱，更懂车的事，更懂设备的事，更懂你好奇的事。全新小爱大模型智能语音已登陆小米苏7。
所以这个小爱真的变得越来越聪明了。
Xiaomi is getting smarter by the day.
更强大的智能生态。
Our human car home ecosystem is very powerful. The central touchscreen is expandable in all 4 directions. You can add a physical buttons. It's connected magnetically and by screws. You can adjust AC or other common functions. And the knob in the middle is for volume. It also supports AFC. When you tap your phone at the knob, it connects to the car Wi-Fi automatically. You can also add intelligent dual gauges to show time, speed, and range. When you interact with Xiaomi, it responds with vivid emoticons. Very playful. And we also have wireless charging phone holder, which is connected to the smart cabin. If you forget your phone in the car, it will remind you. And you can also install ambient light.
So it can change with the rhythm of the music, so you will feel very atmospheric. Also, under the touchscreen, we can also make it expandable. Here, you can pull it and to put all kinds of devices, the charging and also and the magnet section. Here, you can also have a smart walkie-talkie set, and you can charge the walkie-talkie, and it can be connected to the steering wheel, and you can just talk to the steering wheel. You do not need to talk to the walkie-talkie anymore. Also, it can charge 2 walkie-talkies, so just in case. For this charging space, you can also charge the flashlights we have mentioned before. And this is the function we have provided. We can also put the walkie-talkie here. Here we can also put the smart aroma diffuser set. We can have 3 perfume sticks, 5 different concentrations, and it costs 399 RMB. Also, you can put a outdoor Bluetooth speaker here. It has very good audio effect, and it is tuned by Harman Kardon. It is very good for camping. Here, inside that, there is the ambient light, and it is magnetic section. Here, it can be fixed to the car or to your tent. We also have other car IoT equipment. I would like to give you a few examples. For example, the child seat. If the seatbelt is not fastened for the child seat, then there will be a reminder at the touch screen because it's connected to the whole car IoT system. The whole car is very intelligent. We also designed very high quality commodities. For example, we have the very soft, very comfortable headrest, and also we have the storage box for the trunks and the front trunk. Also, the front trunk has similar storage spaces. In our app, we have very diversified and rich ecosystem. In the interest of time, I will not cover them all. You can go through them one by one in the app. So ecosystem is a very good weapon for us. Last time I talked about a topic that Apple has given up car making, and I think it's okay because we support the Apple ecosystem and we can provide very good experience for the Apple users. So that is a very generous attitude from our company. We support the wireless CarPlay, we support the iPad. So we support the Apple ecosystem. And all the Apple users can feel the ecosystem. Smart and ecosystem are our core competitiveness. I would like to play a video for you.
有变化吗？它可以让我不用思考吗？可以让我1秒都不用等吗？今天的智能，除了让我放心，可以让我偶尔放个空吗？它可以实现每个人的想法吗？今天的智能，它可以想在我的前面吗？